step by step. This question may be relevant to many of you, not just only for the person actually who sent it. I recently started my spiritual journey, but I feel stuck. Do you get that feeling sometime in your practice of on your spiritual journey? Do you ever feel that feeling that I started my spiritual journey, but I feel stuck? That's question one. Please remember it. Yeah. Second, if I don't know what, I don't know if what I'm doing is correct. We all doubt it. Yeah? Most people don't know what actually doing is correct or incorrect. Even sometimes you're doing correct thing, self-judgment is always there. That you, where you have a low self-worth, always feel like that whatever you're doing is not correct. Or you always find a way to question it. Sometimes there's legitimate questions there, you need a guidance, but now remember that question when somebody making notes, make those two questions like in the I started my spiritual journey, but I feel stuck. I don't know if what I'm doing is correct. Also, try lots of different techniques, which is supermarket available nowadays, not a problem. I feel that I have all the right ingredients, but it is not just working. Need to learn cooking. I have had depression in the past, but feel myself slowly going back there. We love history. We love history and we love familiarity. We also love identity. Those three things can be very crucial there. I'm trying not to, but finding it difficult is very hard. We try to move. I also feel as if I don't have a direction in my life and I just don't know what to do, even what I want to do career wise. Just wonder if there's any guidance, if there was a teacher that could help me. Those questions are very personal, but in that personalization, I can assure you there's so many of us have been there. I don't know the person's age. I don't know the person's gender. Is it a anonymous message somebody asked? Send it over. So for me, it's very hard to judge or make any advice in whatsoever. But the first question, we go back there. Have recently started my spiritual journey. Congratulations for that one. I give a congratulations because you already started journey long time ago. Always, if you are looking for a peace, if you are looking for any form of awareness, you are already on a spiritual path. Sometimes you are not aware actually what you are looking for, and sometimes you may not have labeled it. So now you can say that you start a spiritual path. That's great for to become aware that you are on a journey. You are not the destination. There's very good message there. Say that I started my path. Path represent a journey. It's if she said I became a spiritually enlightened, or if she or he had said that I reach a spiritual journey or final destination, or I became a spiritual therapist, or I became a yoga teacher, or I became a meditation teacher. Anybody, if you have became and labeled yourself a created an identity, means your spiritual journey has died. You have killed your progress because the mind comes in there. So this always, we are always on the path. The time our mind starts thinking that you have made that journey, it becomes a destination. Your life is not a destination. Your life is a journey. You existing in this human body. This is a path of a journey you're walking through. So on that path, sometimes you will find the things comfortable, sometimes you will find things uncomfortable, given circumstances of what is surrounding on your path. Like in the river, sometimes a river is flowing very beautifully. Life is like a river. Life is like a river. It's flowing very beautifully. Even sometimes it's so difficult in the life. You cut through the stones, you make your path to continue making the journey. That's what the river does as well. You have so much force inside you to cut it through the mountains, even the narrow street, making more noise, finding the strength, but keep going. That is a life. You don't actually stop life. That's the path. Second part, sometimes you arrive at the sandy beach, you almost feel like it completely disappear. All the water of river be soaked away by the sand. You feel like very little. That can also a possibility in life because that is the path. Your journey still continue. It doesn't come to an end. Then sometimes there's very beautiful places. Everybody prays to you. Like if the river became a pass by the holy place, everybody prays to that river. River becomes holy. Look at the Ganges. Look at Yamuna. Sometimes people go pray even Thames River as well in London. I've seen some people praying to the Thames River as well. So the it's not the river, it's the quality that rivers represent. Sometimes. Sometimes the same river is passing through the thorn bushes either side of it. They're scratching the body, but you don't stop. You continue. You continue your journey till it merges into the infinite. You take the shape of ocean because your journey starts from ocean. You go back to the ocean. In a Vedic system, we have a mantra Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. You are whole. You always remain whole. You live as a whole, like complete. Sometime you find out in society, there will be a people who will always try to make you feel that you're not worth it. You are not complete. I am complete. You are not complete enough. So I can make you complete. I can actually give you the empowerment or any form of knowledge to make you complete. No, actually not. I cannot. Nobody can. Even they try as hard as they like. Nobody can make you more than what you are. Only thing they can make or help you to become aware of who you are. They cannot make you more than what you are. You're already a Atman. You're already a Brahma. You're already a soul. Or you are not a soul, whatever you believe in. Or you are a God, possibility to be a God. Or you are empty void space. Or a Buddha. In whatever way you can label your existence. Or pure energy. the clear light, the godly presence. Whatever you are, you already there. Teachers, if they judge you that you are not full, you are not whole, they are actually try to create a hierarchy superiority structure. But teacher only can help you to make you aware who you are. Not can make you any bigger or smaller. Remember that part. So in life, till your life continue, your journey continue. Either it's a material journey, one day you are going to become whole. You're going to completely become a part of the void with your karmic relationship. This void, whatever you believe is limited, will no longer be there. But your journey will continue. Your path will continue. You will come back to the next life. You start back again. You have the same journey again. So that's one very good thing that her journey started. Second part, but I feel stuck. At that point, I feel like lack of self-presence is there. I feel like maybe a lack of self-worth, or the life around is feel like being soaked by the sand. When river gets soaked by the sand, so you feel like really stuck. You're not moving anywhere. Your presence becomes almost non-existent. In life, if there is hindrance and circumstances around you, not letting you feel movement or grow, movement is still taking place, but you are not able to feel it. You are not able to experience the movement. Either is limited by the mind, or is limited by the social structure, or is limited, what can I say, lack of awareness. The whatever is happening, you are not able to observe it what is happening. So you feel stuck. Or sometimes the outcome is not meeting your expectation, you feel stuck. Say you wanted what can I say, you want to create something. You plant a tree of a neem tree. You probably haven't heard it. Let's say the what tree you can be familiar with. Say you plant a tree of apple, okay, and you have a taste of cherry, and whenever you go to every day to an apple tree and pray, please give me some cherries, please give me some cherries, please give me some cherries. Not going to happen. I can promise you that much. And you will say, I feel stuck because the apple tree is not giving you cherries. Even you pick up the apples and say you try to eat them, say it don't taste like cherry. If you want a cherry, you plant a cherry tree. If you want the apple, you plant an apple tree. So the taste of two is very different. If you feel stuck in life, maybe the path you are at, re-examine it. Only thing I will say, just re-examine it, your expectation from that path, and try to see if it's even making a progress, not what you expected or not what you projected. Try to accept the progress that is making, so you will not feel the stuck. Stuck is just like something is not meeting your expectation. You are nobody is ever stuck in life. There's always a little movement is taking place, unless you are not doing any actions. Then you are definitely be stuck. You run out of fuel. Not going to make a movement because you are not putting enough force behind it to move forward. Yeah, sometimes your some circumstances in life may require a bit more extra effort to break through the hurdle or the barrier of the mental condition, but you don't want to put that much extra effort to it. I just want to get it away as I like it. That can also be the issue. So I will recommend it to give it a bit more extra push, but evaluate and try to accept the progress that you are making, not to judge it with your projected progress. So you will not feel stuck. And let me go back to the next question. Do you feel familiar sometime in life? Do you feel that you are stuck? Always remember, go back to your initial investment, observe the progress that you are making, not to compare your present progress based on your projected progress. So you will not feel stuck. Try to going back to the present moment, feeling your self presence at the time, whatever you are doing, accepting that will create a awareness of the progress. Either it's material progress or spiritual progress. It applies to both of them. I don't know if I'm doing is correct. Is again reflect a self doubt or not proper training. We have a read about it, heard about it, or you try to implement something you don't have fully knowledge of. And that can also make you feel that what you're doing is correct or not correct. If you need a more information, maybe find a teacher, whatever you desire to study, whatever you like to grow into it. Find a teacher that's suitable, not to feed your ego. Remember that, make it very clear. Not to feed your ego, but who can challenge your ego, but not belittle your ego. They're two different things. Belittling your ego, but confronting your ego, or supporting your ego, pampering your ego. If it's the pampering your ego start, I can guarantee you will never grow back again. You will create another illusion around it. Or if you are a low in confidence, if your ego get battled up and beaten up so badly, get bruised, you will run away without even progress. I guarantee that much too. You will never think about growing on that path. If your ego gets supported, confronted, and challenged, is supported in progressive approach of growth, you likely to make a good shift of being stuck, and also will develop a awareness that what you're doing is correct or not correct. If you already have a doubt what you're doing is maybe not correct, maybe that is your reason for being stuck. Try to have a bit faith in yourself. Try to have a faith in the ability of action that you are doing, the practice you are doing. Try to have a bit more, well, the word is a confidence, an ability to trust of your own actions or the practice, the path you are at, may create the non-stuckness. So you will, with faith, trust, confidence, trusting yourself, will create automatically the non-stuckness will move away, and you will build also trust in yourself that whatever you're doing, even maybe for a week or 2 weeks, believe what you're doing is correct, and then see how much you feel progress that way. Sometimes, if you're low in confidence, even you're doing very correct thing, but you will always doubt it. Or you are in association of people who is taking you for a ride, manipulation for economical benefit or any benefit, they will always keep you hanging there. Will never let you go because you are their source of revenues, you are the source of their pride, you are the source of their the social structure. So if you be kept into the whirlpool, going round and round, not be lifted, If you can be seen that you are suffering, going round and round, you stay there. You like hamster on the wheel, can never get out. Please, can you keep going? I want you to make the come out of that cycle of life, but not possible. You are on the constantly rotating journey. It can never come to an end. So, if in the life you feel that what you're doing is not correct, and you question or the source of doubt created by the teacher constantly to unstabilize your confidence or shake your ability, so you always remain in the trap if it's consciously done. Remember, I'm not saying every teacher do that. So if the person who's guiding you or your friend of circle or the family, even your partners, like to have any benefit, they will keep you stabilized, so you always remain where you are. They become a superiority complex. Where whoever your guidance is there, if there's superiority complex, you will always have that problem. Because beating down the ego, you will feel little, you want to grow, because everybody like to grow. Everybody would like to feel validated. Everybody would like to feel that whatever they're doing is correct. And most of the time, it's the approval and validation most people seek. Majority of time, what you seek in life, approval and validation. If you are not a self-creating person, if both of them are manipulated, your validation is manipulated, your approval is validated, because both of them create your identity. Identity is whoever you are. Your ego feels very good. When somebody validates you, how great you are, you feel really elevated immediately. Somebody approve you, if you completely validate it. So those things are in the psychologically, or I would not use psychological word, but is the a religious problems can be there as well. If your practice, not spiritual, become a subject to a religion and controlled by religious infrastructure, and you are the team player on the phone, and you play chess, you are always subject to either ruler. You are accountable to a superior hierarchy structure. So they will always, you can be taken for a ride to give you the doubt of your existence, doubt of your own creation. So that's the one point. So please try to find a bit more confidence, trust yourself in what you're doing. Maybe this is correct, and try to do it for 3 weeks, 21 days. Same, whatever you're doing perfectly great. And see how much you progress. Do you feel any difference? If you don't feel any difference, drop the practice, go to opposite direction. It's no longer working for you. And the next part is also try lots of different techniques. I feel that I have all the ingredients, but it is just not working. Again, from your message, all I can feel is a lack of a motivation, lack of self-trust, lack of uh, self-worth. What you're doing is actually going to work. You have to believe that whatever you're doing is going to work, maybe not to the outcome immediately what you're looking for. You plant a seed. You plant the seed. Spirituality is not like a weed grass. You plant it, within 2 months is already ready. You take it, you get high, you feel bliss. It's not marijuana plant, my dear. that can grow within 2 months, and you're ready for you to smoke and you get high. Spirituality is like a banyan tree. They call it tree of life. Banyan tree is like tree of life. That is a life or a spiritual life. So banyan tree seed is very tiny, but hold the potential of a giant. Built a courage inside, not always feel constantly doubt about it. Grow is not a magic word that there's a 30-year, 40-year, 50-year, 100-year, maybe lifetimes of problems. You can resolve it by being a spiritual in a 1 year or 6 months or this lifetime even. You can dedicate your whole lifetime to be a spiritual person. You may still have the problem. To become a Buddha, you have to even drop that you are spiritual. As long as you have identity that you are a spiritual, you cannot become a Buddha. I can guarantee you cannot still be free, because there is a still expectation, there is still a destination decided for it. Because you are on a spiritual path, there is a destination for it. So what I'm talking about, this is the far beyond what we previously were talking about, the life. So like a tree of life, it takes time. You plant the seed, you grow it. You don't give it a time for 6 months. You take it outside, replant somewhere else. You don't. It's not growing. The time is planted about to root. I don't like this. Not growing here. Take it outside, put it somewhere else. So what you do, you never actually give it time to root. Never give it enough time to create an environment, atmosphere, circumstances to grow. You are impatient because we are full of it. Are you patience person? I don't think so. If you are not patient enough, if you don't have a patience, if you are impatient person, you will always have that problem. So try to build a patience, give it a time, create atmosphere, environment, and circumstances for your growth. It's not magic, as I said again. It is a tree of life. It takes time. It's slow, it's steady. Organic growth is much more constructive than you are growing on steroids. You practice yoga, build muscles, or you inject steroids, build muscles. We have seen plenty of movie stars from Bollywood and Hollywood. What they look like after some time, they feel like your tube got punctured, basically collapsed completely. So you want to be strong, like Bruce Lee. He didn't do steroids in his body. So that you have to make your growth organic. You have to make your growth natural, not artificial. My question, my advice is that make your growth organic, not artificial, not decorative. Whatever the growth you will have, it is your growth. It can never go away. But if your growth is decorative, it can go away very easily. First of all, it is illusion. It is false. You believe in it, and then anybody can take it away from you. But if your growth is organic, if your growth is authentic, your growth belongs to your internal self-realization and self-progressive. You have walked the path. It's very hard to lose it. It's not, nobody can take that away. So please try again to be patient with the practice. It will work. About you had a depression in the past, and feel myself slowly going back there. I hope you don't go back there. I send my positive vibration to Bhakti. The issue is mind will always go for the easier path. Like we were talking about life, yeah, river. What river takes? Do you think river always finds wherever the gap it can find it? Easier route. That's the also power of mind. If your mind is weak, will always find a easier path. Your mind will always take the easier route where your ego feel very comfortable, where you feel really confident, self-isolated, or you are not choosing to be that way, but a society made it, or your circumstances makes you to go there. It is not your conscious choice to be in depression. Sometimes the biochemical of the body make that happen to you. Sometimes the biochemical in your body created by your outer circumstances, you can also override them. But through the other practice of meditation and yoga and the right association, it's not just only the medication, but you can eradicate the entire problem. Right circumstances, right association, food, and your activities can prevent you going back into the depression. So it will build the boost to your mind to stay above going back into your old behavior patterns because we love familiarity. Your mind, what your mind want, familiarity. What your mind can always, whenever pressure builds up, what you want to do? You want to go for comfort. Most of you go for comfort food. When you're sick, when you're not feeling well, what do you go? You go for comfort food, familiarity. Or you want to go see somebody who's a lot more, you want to see your friends at that time. Do you have a issue, Tanya? You have a question?
I was asking if you go for comfort food or zone or what was it?
The comfort food as well, yeah. Food like the essential people eat when they are tired, low in energy. They eat the food that gives them the junk food, basically comfort. Like the chocolate is comfort food, ice cream is comfort food. Some people in the middle of the night they wake up tired. They eat cornflakes. Who want to eat the cornflakes in the middle of the night? I never heard such thing in my life. Who want to eat Cheerios? Obviously, feeling down. So in the basically packet of crisp is a comfort food, psychologically comfort food. So anything that is whenever you feel low, your mind feel low, not have enough willpower to ride through it. No, if you feel lack of support, a self isolation, all those circumstances created by society, but also your mind is allowing them. So always you will go for a comfort. Always go for whatever the weakest point. You will not be able to make a decision for it. Whatever is a completely opposite for you or wrong for you, your mind will decide that for you because your mind have not gone in progressive approach, but your mind have taken a destructive self-destruction basically because your mind is no longer happy being presented, so you go into the self-destroying. What is the depression is basically self-destruction mode. So mind, your actions, behavior all goes into the closing into self-destruction. But you can be come out, all it is some just good kick. And when you are depressed or in those moments, if you get adrenal kick inside, you feel really upbeat. Why? Because adrenal stimulates the insulin in the body or the hormones in the body that completely creates a happy hormone in the body. You feel really elevated, motivated. When the adrenal goes down, you go back again to the same situation. So if you go on medication or depression, I will not really recommend it to anyone. Please do not think about it. It may be required medically. Please don't take it. I'm not giving medical advice to anyone. I'm not responsible for it. And neither I'm trained to give medical advice. So I will recommend to go for a healthier approach for lifestyle. Change your association with people you are hanging out with, and change your place where you live in. Change some of your activities. Change your eating habits, and see how much difference it can make. I believe it can do wonder. It can become a completely a magical situation for you. So you will not go back into the same situation. So I'm not aware of your situation. Whoever write the question, if you are married, please don't leave your marriage because I said so. Don't change the situation. You know it can be the different situations in life. Yeah, contradicting yourself, my dear. I started my spiritual journey. And that is the direction you have already said it. So either your first statement is not correct or your last word is not correct. So I am confused myself here now. So, but I believe that you have a direction, but need to build a trust that you have the direction. Okay? And I just don't even know what to do, even what I want to do career wise. Well, one career you can have for sure, I can recommend you 100% to everyone. Live happy. Live happy. Choose that career. Okay? Live fully. Make that your career. Whatever you do, make your career that you want to be happy. You want to live in your truth. That is your career. What job you want to do, that depends on your ability. I chose my career to be happy. I chose my career to be the sharing my knowledge as much as I can, whatever I know. Okay, so career wise, you always first attempt be healthy. That's your career. Second, be happy. Third, be honest to yourself. Rest will fall into the place. Whatever work you can do is irrelevant. Your life, you already chosen the career or is being spiritual. That's the career is full-time job. You ask some of my students, but I tell them you practice this for 2 hours, this for 1 hour, this for half hour. Their whole day is going to say, what should I do? Where should we eat? Where should we go to sleep? What time we should eat? If we do everything what you say, we have nothing left in 24 hours. So with that, spirituality becomes the career. So if any guidance, I have tried my best to help you as much as I can. If you need a more help, please come back with the counter question, but not for sake of it, but implement it, analyze it, think about it, process the information what I have said, and then we can have a talk again. Thank you very much. And I don't know any teacher greater than myself, so I can't recommend anyone. Sorry, I have to. I'm telling her about confidence. I have to make sure that I have confidence. So, no, no, there is lots of nice teachers across there, but in the world. But I can recommend you my teacher. But to meet that teacher, you have to go back somewhere that not possible. Yeah, you have to become a very very highly evolved to get there. So you can have the astral traveling communication ability with him. But there's a couple of other teachers I know, but I don't really fully trust them because they will create so much fear inside you. You're already drowning. They will drown you completely. So I want to recommend them. But if you are in Ibiza, no Ibiza, where is the place? Spain, Barbera. It's called Yogi Ashokananda. He's a very good teacher. And if you're in India, everybody is a teacher. Everything is a teacher. In India, everything is a teacher. You can even learn from somebody crossing the road. Somebody who is crossing the road, you can learn from it. I don't want to do that. That becomes a teacher for you. Because the way the person is crossing the road is completely wrong. And you don't want to do that. So that person becomes your teacher. So it's not about having a teacher. It's about becoming a student. Remember that. You can find a teacher in your day-to-day mundane life around you. Are you willing to be a student? That's the question I need to ask. Are you willing to be a student? The day you become a student, teachers are everywhere. Your nature is the biggest teacher. Life is the biggest teacher. Are you becoming a student? That's the problem. The day you become a student, nature teaches you all the time. Everybody's people's behavior teaches you all the time. If you're willing to listen, if you're willing to learn. Sometime in hope of a clear light, and you see the clear light is just there, and you are so happy. You got the clear light, you walk through it, you realize there was an illusion, there was the invisible shield. You smack your head against it. You sometimes can smack, you can see it just there, right in front of you. But time you try to reach to it, there's a shield, you smack your head against it. You feel like, oh, what happened? Light was there. But light said, door is not open, we have not worked hard enough. Door is not open, you have not worked hard enough. It happened to me one time. After that, I never go straight, run to it. I check, is the door open or not open? So sometime when you're practicing a spirituality, then you see something is very close to you, just there. You're just about to reach it. You get so soaked up into it, run so fast. Then before you realize, it's no longer there. You actually get hurt by it. So don't change anything, my friend. Make the career to be happy, be human, be loving, be kind, and be living your truth. What I call it, swadharma. And anybody try to tell you that they can teach you, make sure you go away 100 miles from them as possible. Okay? I'm not teaching anyone anything anyway. So I'm just only trying to give you possibility to discover yourself.